All right, so I am here with Nick Phillips. How long have we been working together, Nick?
Um, I'd say about 2 years now.
Awesome. And I think this is actually the first time we've seen each other, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
yeah, that's how it works, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what made you decide to hire a transaction manager?
That's a good question. So I think it's mainly that I didn't know how to do the transaction side of things at first, and I really didn't want to spend the time to learn it. I mean,
Yeah,
so I just didn't even want to have to deal with it. So I tried you out, and after I did the first time, I was like, never gonna not do this again, basically.
yeah. It's not your 20% to do all the behind the scenes stuff, is it?
No, not
Yeah,
not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
How has using my services changed your business?
So that's a good question. In 2018, I think I used you probably on about 50% of my transactions. And I had an okay year. But in 2019, I actually wrote a business plan and I was just like, look, I'm not doing a single transaction by myself. And in 2019, my business grew by 46%. And just looking back on 2019, how busy I was lead generating, there's just no way I could have closed that many deals and dealt with basically the weight of doing all the back agent stuff. There's just no way. It was impossible. It would be impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, man, 46%. Wow.
Yeah.
I normally tell agents that when they use my services, they double their production because that's typically what happens. So that's impressive, man. How has using my services impacted your personal life?
Man, immensely. So basically using your services, I've actually allowed myself to kind of time block my life, right? So I have my lead gen time, I have, some of my own personal admin stuff, and then I have family time. Because I took out all the chaos of sending all those documents. Every transaction, may have like, let's just say 100 emails that go back and forth, and that
Yep.
takes a large part of my time. So to answer your question, it's actually allowed me to give my family the actual focused time that I needed to, whereas before, when I was like cooking dinner with my wife, I was on my phone sending amendments to my sellers and stuff. So it's helped me organize my life in a time blocked manner that makes sense and creates balance, basically.
Yeah, and I love seeing that, man. I was able to see an increase in the videos and pictures on Facebook of you and your daughter, and man,
Yeah,
I love that because that to me, that's what this is about is quality of life. Um,
big
so if
time.
you could tell an agent, give them some advice if they're kind of on the fence on hiring a transaction manager, what would it be?
Well, I think the first thing that an agent that's considering using you needs to know is that the number one job of a real estate agent is lead generation. If that's not already in the number one priority in your business, then everything else isn't going to make sense. So once you've crossed that mental boundary that your job is to generate leads, then the decision to use a transaction coordinator is it's easy to do because the amount of time and stress and confusion that you save somebody who's lead generating in their business daily, it's the investment is totally worth it. I mean, you're really affordable, and the amount of time you save to move that time into lead generation is invaluable.
Awesome,
So
man.
what I would tell an agent considering you is try it for 3 or 4 transactions, and I guarantee you, when you do it, you're not going to ever want to do it again.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. And then the last question would be, what do you think sets me apart in terms of what I do versus other transaction managers? Because everyone can put stuff into back agent, but what is it
Yeah,
that sets me apart?
that's another good question. I think one of the things that impresses me the most about you, number one, is the amount of experience that you have. I think you have, Texas real estate in your blood. You've it's since you were a kid. I think your mom was a realtor or something like
My
that. So
grandmother, yeah.
whatever, the amount of experience you have is just insane. Number one, okay. And the second thing is, you really take care of the job. I mean, like, it's like set it and forget it. I'm never worried when I send you something that there's going to be some sort of a miscommunication or anything. You really never miss anything. You're very detail oriented, and so I would say your experience, to be confident that you will, is what makes you the most valuable. And you basically do everything. I mean, almost everything you do.
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right, Nick. Well, I appreciate it. And let's make 2020 another 46% increase in production.
Let's do it, man. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.